Have a day, everybody. My name is Christina Adacade, and I will be taking you through a quick Google Classroom tutorial. And we are going to learn how to log into our Google Classroom, accept our teacher's invitation, and then what we do from there. All right. So go ahead and log into your Gmail account, and then we'll get right into that Google Classroom. Okay, everyone, so you would have signed into your Google account by now, and then you're here on this particular landing page. We're going to go ahead and go up to our waffle. When you get invited to a Google Classroom, there's going to be two ways that you can actually access the Google Classroom. One is through an invite that will show up in your email. That will come through and you would just accept that. But the easiest and quickest way for me to get in that I highly recommend is just to kind of go ahead and go into your waffle right up here. Click on your waffle, and then I'm going to go into my Google Classroom. Now, if it's not located at the top here of your waffle, you're going to want to go ahead and scroll down towards the bottom just to find that Google Classroom. If you click on Google Classroom, what will happen is it takes you right to the Google Classroom landing. And if you have several classes that you are invited to, you'd be able to join all of them at the same time. You'd be able to join each one. If you are already in a classroom, obviously you know how to do this, but your other classes would show up here. So this is always going to be your Google Classroom landing. Okay, and again, the easiest way to get there is through your waffle. So I'm going to go ahead, and when you are in your Google Classroom here, you are going to see that you were invited by a particular teacher. You can decline the class or you can join, and obviously you want to join the class. So we're going to go ahead and click join. Okay. Once we hit join, it's going to do what it needs to do, and it's going to get us into the classroom itself. Now, for those of you who might be completely new to Google Classroom, what will show up before you actually get to the stream page, which I have here, would be kind of like setting up your little bit of a profile. If it'll ask you if you're a student or teacher, and obviously you would just indicate that you were a student. Google is also very good about, for you coming in for the very first time, it's going to open up these little dialog boxes that kind of show you around. So you can go ahead and read through those things, or your parents can read through those things, or you can just dismiss them. All right. But once you actually get off of those little dialogue boxes, you're going to end up in the stream page. And all we're going to do right now is I'm just going to take you on a little tour on your Google Classroom. Okay. So let me go ahead and stop my webcam right now. This is the Google Classroom that you have. In your Google Classroom, you notice whose classroom you are in. You can tell obviously by the banner that we have right here, and then you can also tell right up here at the top left-hand corner. In your Google Classroom, you have three landing pages. You have the stream, which is where we are currently at, your Classwork tab, and the People tab. In your stream tab, this is where all of the announcements come. If your teacher has posted something, it's going to show up here. This is where, if your teacher allows you to, you can go ahead and write back to your teacher, make a comment about something. In the stream itself, you can also see that you have anything that is upcoming that is due is going to be located in your stream right off to the left-hand corner. All right. If you come up to the next tab where you have the Classwork tab, this is where all the meat and potatoes are. This is where you're going to view all of the work assignments that your teachers post to you. And every teacher designs her classroom very differently. So it might be designed by the standards that you are being taught, or it might be done by subjects or topic areas. But real quickly, these are the topics that I have from my teacher, and I could see very quickly that under each one, I have particular assignments, okay? Also, your topics are located here on the left-hand side. So once you start getting a lot more topics from your teacher, going through your topics, instead of scrolling up and down on the page, you can come over to the left-hand side to go quickly to that particular topic. And the last thing that you'll notice in your Google Classroom is right here under People. Your People will show you all of your classmates, and it'll also show you who your teacher is, because sometimes some of your teachers, there might be a co-teacher in the classroom, so you might see two teachers. One thing to note about Google Classroom is this is your particular page, so all you can see is just who your classmates are. The beauty about this is once they actually accept the application, once they actually accept the invite, you'll start seeing all your classmates fill up. You can very quickly and real easily email any of your classmates. So my classmate Joe, I want to go ahead and email him. If I click on that, I can send him a real quick email. I can also do that with my teacher. And once I want to check all of this, I will go into my email itself. Okay, so again, you have your people tab where you know who is in your classroom. You have your classwork tab where everything is going to be located. And then you have your stream where your teachers are going to make particular announcements for you. Once you get through with all of that, if you want to go into a different class, let's say that you have, especially if you happen to be middle school or secondary student, you have more than one class, you're going to click here up at what I would call the pancakes. Okay, some call it the hot dog, I call it the pancake, the main menu. If I click on that, what will show up is all of my classes that I'm currently in, but I can quickly click on classes and it takes me right back to this landing page where I can select which class I'm going to go into. All right, so that was just the quick tour of your Google Classroom, how to accept your invite and what is located in your Google Classroom. Tune in for the next video where I actually take you through each one of the areas in your Google Classroom, particularly your classwork and how to view your classwork, work on it, upload an assignment, and turn it in. All right, have fun in your Google Classroom. Bye.